Hey guys, one project I've been wanting to get to is to make kind of a seating area right here behind the sweet potato pit. So I found these chairs curbside. So they're a little worse for wear in the seat. I have wanted to create this seating area for a long time because this year I chose the goal of establishing community around homesteading and gardening, and so I have really done that online. I am loving my community online, that is growing. And then here in Dallas I've met some people and around the homestead and garden, so that's been really fun. So what I envision for this place is a place that people can come and sit and talk and just get to know one another. And when you're a front yard gardener, let's face it, when people go by, neighbors go by all the time and they stop and talk and they have gardening questions, they want to see the garden. So I want this to be a place where we can sit and talk. And I envision a fire pit here in the middle, with in the fall, you know, with some more chairs and a place where people can gather and establish community. And one other reason that really prompted me to get into action about it, because it's hot, you guys, doing a project like this isn't very fun right now. But one thing that really prompted me was I went over to the community garden where I got my start. I learned all my gardening there, and they're getting a new fence. So they were having a fence installed. So I was over there and I saw an old friend of mine that I knew there. And he is from Africa, and he is here on a work visa. And he was telling me, we were talking one day, and he was telling me that he was surprised that in America, one of the cultural differences is we didn't have community. At least in Dallas, Texas. It might be different in a small town, I don't know. So he was saying that he lived in a neighborhood where people would drive down the alley and put their cars in the garage and shut the garage door and go in their houses. And they never really saw each other. And he also said it was a really hard cultural lesson for him to learn, was that when people walked up to him and said, "How are you?" He really thought they were interested in him and they were going to establish a relationship. And he said, what I learned was they wanted me to say, "Fine, how are you?" And then they would answer and everyone would go on with their day. And so he said that was really a hard cultural thing that I had to teach myself to do, to not interact, but to just say those pleasantries and move on. So I thought that was interesting. And I thought, wow, that's kind of sad that you could be around so many people. And yet he said, I'm lonely. I mean, I'm around people every day, but I find it hard to connect with people. So way back when we started the community garden, I was teaching him, you know, ways to get online and get with groups that you're interested in, you know, that have meetups, whether you're interested in gardening or hiking, you know, there are groups for that, and they establish meetup places, and you can get to know some people that way. So I was teaching him how to do it, how to have community here in the States. But I thought, that is really interesting to see it from his perspective, and I thought I'd like to change that. I changed, instead of saying how are you, I walk up and I ask people, how was your week? Because that's more of a relational thing, and you know, I really want to hear how they are. I don't want to just have them walk off and after exchanging pleasantries anymore. So yeah, so this seating area is all about that too. It really prompted me to get into action and get it done. So first step was to cut back these vines, and my sister gave me some little broken bricks she wasn't using. So I made a little side to my seating area, and then I have to do the same right over there. So let's get busy. Well, some people might consider these broken bricks to be unusable and, you know, for anything. I love them. I love the shapes, different shapes of them and the textures, the way they fit together. So that is awesome. Great use of a throwaway thing, really. So this gives me a line to hold. I can keep back the vines out of my seating area. So we just have to hold the line. When I get my chip drop in the fall, what I will do is I will lay down cardboard over this whole area and I will fill it with free mulch, free wood chips. So I'll leave a link down in the description if you would like to sign up for a chip drop. I'm in Dallas, so it's a big city, lots of chips being dropped, but it just probably depends on where you are, whether you will get one right away. So that's what I'll do in the fall when the weather cools off. So this whole area should be weed free for a while. So I'm excited about that. All right, I'm gonna plant a few plants, make a little bit more of a garden right here for us to enjoy, and then we're gonna work on the chairs. I'm gonna add some compost and soil, and then I'm gonna sink some zinnias in, some basil, and a Mexican sunflower. Get a little flower action going over here. Oh, and I almost forgot. I got some Easter lily bulbs from church after Easter. Now, ironically, in Dallas-Fort Worth, they will not bloom around Easter. Those bulbs are forced to bloom at that time, but they'll still bloom early spring. They'll be beautiful. That was really fun, you guys. I love spending time out in the garden, especially when I'm so busy getting ready for school, the school year. It's really nice to take a break and get out and do something fun like this. And I can see this little garden I'm planting from my window. So I'll be spending a lot more time inside during the school year. So I'll be sitting in that chair and letting Eli read to me, and I'll be able to look out my window and be blessed with this little garden. Let's think ahead and add a little Black-Eyed Susan magic, shall we? Watch this. Now we can expect a bouquet of Black-Eyed Susan wildflowers in the early spring, the late spring, early summer. Good job. Prophet's helping me today. The voice of reason came to help me. Yay! I'm in my element doing a project while the chickens peck around me. Look, you guys, I got all the pieces cut for the bottom seat. The only problem is this piece right here that this screws into is really pretty rotted. So that is the leg piece. So unfortunately, I'm gonna need to replace that piece. So I think I'm gonna table this project until fall because it's super hot, you guys, to be doing a project like this. And trust me, nobody wants to sit out here and make community when it's this hot. So I think I'm gonna wait until the weather starts to cool off a little, table this project, and finish it then. Oh, and also, the fall garden needs to be planted, you guys. I've got to put this aside and plant my fall garden. I like to get my fall garden planted by Labor Day. Yeah, this project is gonna be tabled for right now, and we're gonna get back to it, and I'll show you how we're going as we make steps towards a beautiful seating area. Bye, you guys. Hey guys, I wanted to give you a little update on our little summer miracle baby. It's going really well, bringing baby inside.
for the, I take him inside in the cool of the morning, and baby stays inside all day, and then I carry it out after dark, nighttime, and it seems to be doing well. Mom seems to be feeding. So let's take a look. Let's check it out. Where are you, baby? Oh, I feel baby. Under all this fur, gosh. Oh, oh. Can I jump? Aww. Isn't that sweet, you guys? Baby has hair now. Isn't that sweet, you guys? I don't know if you guys can see, but every morning baby has a good fat belly. So, definitely being fed. I can't tell if it's a boy or a girl yet. So sweet. Alright. Glad our little charge is doing well. Back inside baby goes.